So my friend asked me to talk a little bit about this Trinity Grade 3 piece, Sarajevo, divno mjesto, I guess. Sarajevo is a lovely place. Okay, so looking at this, I can see that there are significant challenges here for a grade 3 violinist. It doesn't really fit the violin very well around, at least not so much in grade 1, but I think there's two things that we can do with this which would probably help straight off the bat. Firstly is to simplify these fingerings as much as possible, and the second thing is going to be to get the dynamics, or the dynamic range, which we know they're going to look for by bow distribution and sort of simplistic bow distribution. So to start with, I mean, it's quite slow, isn't it? Tick, tick. Obviously, we're going to be using whole bows. And if we use a whole bow on the first beat, then we get that nice sort of Hungarian, Macedonian, Eastern European accent on the downbeat, which is important. So as written here, I'll do that all in. It's going to be difficult because there's a big stretch between the third finger and the second. So that's got a couple of things about it. Firstly, when we get naturals, I would imagine we get a lot of B naturals there. So, again, I would use and make sure that we finish that last note nicely. Could be with the diminuendo, could not. I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? So moving on to the verse, bar 9. I would ignore that fingering. I think that's too difficult. I would just literally do that all in first position. I don't see why not. I just don't see at all. I think that would sound better in first position. Now, so simplistically, if we're using whole bows for the first bit, we're not going to use whole bows here. So we could probably say, look, start in the middle and play in the upper half would be nice. Going on again, I'll start in the middle and I'm just staying first. The thing that I've got here is to use the ocean. Is possible. Also, even I mean, it's a folk tune, so I wouldn't necessarily worry about that too much. And then the last from 27, it's just really just a repeat. Again, start in the upper half. Being 6 beats and then a pause, we've probably got to think of at least 8. And if you see what the way they've written it, the diminuendo is over the first bar. To the middle in 3 beats, and then finish nicely. Again, you see in that bar 32, I would be tempted to use the third finger if the stretch is too much for them. So yeah, I think that's about what I would say. I think yeah. Keep it in first position as much as possible. Use different amount of bow, whole bows for the forte, less bow for the mezzo forte, just in the very tip for the piano, and keep accenting the first beat. Okay, bye-bye.